Well, hello everybody. This is the Green Guy, as I'm known on StockTwits and Twitter. That is not my real name, for those of you who are wondering. And there's probably something wrong with you if you were, and you would be a great person to subscribe to my site, especially if you thought that was my real name. That would clientele fantastic with skills like those. So here we go. I'm going to go through a couple plays today, and there were many. BlackBerry, VHC, Yahoo, JNS, and a SPY play. Now, these are mostly options plays, not all of them. I don't always play options, but if I feel like the iron is, if the hammer's ready to strike, then I will use a leverage position like an options, and I will throw it at it. Today there just happened to be 5, which most days there's 1. You know, some weeks there's only 3 a week, so crazy day. I'm going to start off on the SPY, just go through basically my pre-market mentality towards the open and what I was expecting before anything happened, just to give you an idea of what I was looking at and why I entered into the plays I was. So here you go. This is the daily chart, you can see it up there, of the SPY. This is the Friday, the 19th there was the Baba sell-off. A lot of people are calling a top. Monday, Tuesday, 2 red days. A lot of people calling a market top, and then this is the beginning of an enormous sell-off and mass confusion. And the theories were various. Some people were saying it's just bull fatigue. Some people were saying that this is a QE pattern, because normally in a QE pattern what happens is great economic data comes out, the threat of interest rates and QE ending causes the market to decline, but common sense will prevail because the economic numbers are higher. You have a better long-term uptrend. But, you know, this was not a geopolitical pattern. This week, this was not a major catalyst week. It's every day seemed to sort of just float by with either there was a catalyst for something to maintain it up, or it's just going down. So it was a little bit weird. I didn't know what to expect, but Monday, Tuesday had a different feel to it price action-wise in the momos and most names. It did have sort of a correction feel to it. Leading into Wednesday, I had no SPY positions Wednesday, and then Thursday for that massive sell-off. If you had a put on any momo name, you were making pretty good money. So the Thursday sell-off was extraordinary, crashing through everything, brutal. And what major catalyst do we have? It was a exceptionally bizarre day. So all of this is freaking people out leading into Friday, and my thought was, this feels like bullcrap to me. I think that what's going to happen is it's mostly going to open up flat. That was my thought. I was expecting, even if this is a bear, today will most likely open up flat. Just by looking at the futures at 5 in the morning, it opened up flat, and then it went way up, and then we opened slightly down for the day on the SPY. So that's what I was looking at. I didn't see a trap setting up today. My number one rule for the market trend is it will screw the most amount of people it can out of money that it can on any given day. So you must look for the setup. This didn't feel like a setup kind of day to me. It felt like a flat Friday. There was no macro news to even have a setup on. Flat. You know, Scotland's over. Who cares anymore? So opening up flat, what you can do is you can have micro plays and then trade off the news, which is easier because you don't really have to watch the major charts. You set alerts on the SPY and the other indexes, the Russells, the Qs, and the Dows, if it breaks trend. That's it. And then I just don't have to watch them. I'm expecting it to be a flat day, and it opened up that way. So, you know, I try never to have a position within the first 7 minutes of the day. I'm just that kind of guy, unless I am sure of the macro direction. So today, I don't think I had anything initiated before the first 7 minutes of trading. So first thing I noticed today was BlackBerry. Anytime you see a hyped stock like this, look for overreaction. It is the easiest way to make money, is by other people going euphoric and then coming down to reality, or vice versa. You know, BlackBerry, we had great earnings news come out of them. Had a whole lot of trending discussions on Twitter, stock twits. Got a heck of a lot of, got a revenue bump, higher than expected, better sales. Still have devoted, loyal BlackBerry fans, even though I don't know any of them. I don't know. Whatever, but it was good news. So anytime you see that, follow the hype. And then see what happens. So what we had was, you can see it opened up down early, which was very shocking, leading to an easy position right off the bat. This was not a sell the news stock. If you look at the long chart here, oh no, we want the daily. If you look at the long chart here, you see sell off, sell off, sell off. There's no sell the news. You have a sell the news after an uptrend. This is, it's been selling, and you have fantastic news, and the sellers are done. It doesn't get any sweeter than this. It opened at the blue line, and you know almost from the start where it was going to go. So I followed the options action. You can see it right here. This is the options price of the, let's see, where does it say it? The $10 call this morning. Now you can see what happened here is it basically stayed flat for the first 15 minutes of trading. That's how long you had to enter into here. Now the stock didn't stay flat, and that might be confusing you, but the sell the news did happen on the options side, because this is a weekly and it expires today, and the volume was being sucked out of it. So for this, you got to be careful post earnings on options, because this happens very often. You have to close a position, and that's really all that is here, is the options not reflecting the price. So you have a spring-loaded option and a stock that is just booming. And I was watching the options action, and the options aren't moving. So I basically have free time from the time this sucker opens to whenever I think I can enter here, or at least until they stop selling. Usually it's going to take you about 10 minutes for a big stock like BlackBerry to unload their options from the earnings place. Now, looking at the price action here, you can see what it's doing. It's going up and up without a whole lot of chop. A little bit of chop, but it's just going through pivot. Easy entry. And you could have gone 20 cents to roughly 60 cents, which is what I did. So it was a triple play. Doesn't get much easier. Let's see, I'm at 7:30, doing it right time-wise. VHC, Vertnex Holding. Great stock. A lot of people saw this one today. Great company. It is not Varingo. I've been burnt by Varingo. This is a completely different, beautiful, well-managed, snappy type of stock here. And the lesson here is it's easier sometimes not to pick the horse, is honestly the easiest thing to do here. Sometimes it's easier to find the guy that picks the horses, which is how I got this. This is not my pick. I have to give credit where it's due. So you can see this is actually one of my notes I took back here on the 23rd of September, spiked on vol. This was followed by Antonio Costa was the guy that picked the stock, and he made a heck of a play out of it from the 23rd on. And I was following it ever since, looking for a good entry into seeing what it would do. And I decided to do a stock play on this back on the 24th. It had a good open, and God, I bought in at about the $5.10 level. And then look where it went here. It went to the 7s today, and I sold out today at the 7s. Beautiful play. But like I said, you don't have to know everything. Sometimes doctors will call them consults for a reason. You don't always know everything. You're not going to be the master of everything. I have guys that I like for IPO information. I have people that I like for pre-market analysis. I have people that I like to follow just because they pick momos. I follow people that short stocks that are good at it too. It is good if you want to do something to know where to look for that. And like I said, sometimes you get gems. VHC was just one of those beautiful gems that paid off. And again, I didn't pick it. I just know the guy that picked it was really on about it, and it seemed like a good play. I could actually believe in the company, and that's it. Let's see, 942, doing all right. JNS. This was a insane play today. How do you have a valuation blowing up from a, what did it come from? No, don't do that. From a $11 level to a $15 level. in a day. Apparently, what you do is you add Bill Groves, somebody who's had massive outflows from his bond funds, and that's enough to do it for you. So I guess, whatever. It's an overreaction. Same as BlackBerry, just I was looking for the opposite direction, calling bull crap. We'll keep this PG-13ish. So that's exactly what I was looking at, was a place that I could enter for either a short or a put. If I felt confident enough it was going to be a put play. Most likely I was thinking it was going to be a short, but it actually ended up being a put. I did pretty well. So basically this was the entry. It came down in the morning a little bit, touch 1, touch 2, see that? Touch 3. And then it came down and it started vibrating right on the touch line. You see that? It's going right against the support. And what's happening here? I see the buy volume dying. I see the sell side maintaining its volume. It's not bouncing off the line. This line is ready to blow up, and the options haven't reacted. It's an easy play. To top it off, when you're buying the options, they don't have weeklies, so you're buying the October 18th. I don't like getting caught being a bag holder for options, but the fact that it's that far off, it has actually, here even now, if you see, it has a really good bid to ask price of 5 cents, as it did then. So my entry back there was about 10.18ish, roughly. And then let's see if this will reflect it. It goes by increments of 3, so it might not give us an exact price. 10.18. I got in at 55 cents when I got my price. And it went up to 70 cents at one point. And I did get a good price at 70 cents. So I had a pretty good entry on this and exit. You don't always get perfect. Don't expect that. But it didn't seem to dive like I was hoping it would. You didn't have a massive gap fill. I was expecting like a 30% down between the difference. So a $2 drop did not happen at all. But what are you going to do? This is euphoria and continued buying. Sometimes it happens. Bottomed out, not that low. 1435, 1420s there. Not that low at all. I don't know. I felt like this should have taken off and it didn't, but still, that was a good entry and an exit and the kind of plays that I will look for consistently. And why I used options there was exactly the price action there. I felt like I was ready to go. All right, Yahoo. This was a fun one. Yahoo. Look at the volume on that. This is a price action play and purely a price action play if you look at it. 3 minutes of buying. I got the notification Yahoo bumped on the second minute. Watched the third minute. It had basically went from the top of this to the bottom of that, so it had the start of a red bar that got filled. So that's an immediate consolidation is the way I was looking at it. 3 bars. You see a descending volume. 4th bar opened, about the same. It's just screaming by me right now. This is an options play. And there you have it. Minute 12:12. This was the tweet that I sent out for those of you that liked it. I sent this out well, this is my time zone. I sent this out basically 3 minutes after that. The options were so easy to play, it was actually ridiculous. Let's see if we can get it down to 12:12. 12:12. Yeah, so high of 70, low of 25. Basically, if you would have hit it in the middle there, you would have, even if you would have gotten in at 70 cents, it topped here at, looks like about 80 cents. When I looked at it, I swear you could have gotten in at 50 cents and then still gone up to 80 cents, a nearly double, I believe is what I said on the tweets today. But that's as easy as it is. This is price action at its best. If you see something talking about a stock booming, or you have a good alert system, either way, follow that news, because sometimes you do have these insane movements like this. And this was easy money too. I got in and had a damn near double, was exactly what happened to me. And I still had time to tweet about it, you know? I mean, beautiful price action. And then going on to the SPY. Running out of time. Tell you what, I'm not going to go through the SPY play today. So many of you seen that. It's pretty simple. It basically just, the IWM and the Qs crossed, leading the SPY. It was really that simple. You just had to watch the other indexes. So that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. I am the Green Guy. Follow me on StockTwits or Twitter, and I'll have some more videos for you to see, all right?